Hello everyone and welcome to the CorpersVibez show. I am your host Sarah Adejo, bringing you interesting updates on NYSC community and the lifestyle of serving corps members in Nigeria. On today's episode, let's have some corps members share their NYSC experience. Sit back, relax and enjoy.
If I'm asked to describe NYSC in 3 words, it would be fun, stressful, and I don't know the third word. But you guys, NYSC camp was fun. NYSC camp was also very stressful, to be honest. I really enjoyed it, and there were a lot of things that I wished I knew before I went to camp, and also some things that I knew actually before going to camp. And so in today's video, I just want to share some of the things you might want to know before going to camp, right? So if you're in for that, come over. So without further ado, let's jump right in. So you guys, number one thing I'm talking about is something that I don't know if it happens in all the other camps. It doesn't happen in all camps, to be honest, but it happens in some camps, and I'll be giving an example of the camp I went to. So for reference sake, I went to Lagos camp at Yanopaja, you get, and mufti was not allowed. Even for Sunday activities, you were not allowed to wear mufti. Crocs was also not allowed. Like, you're not supposed to wear Crocs outside your hostel. This was one thing that really pained me, because I used to see people wearing Crocs at camp, so I was very excited. I wasn't going to be wearing shoe all of the time, only for me to wear my Crocs, and it was actually seized. But it was returned, but it was seized. I wasn't even allowed to wear it for social night. It was very painful. And the last thing altogether in this point is that cardigan is also not allowed. So about the Crocs thing, I know it's also not allowed in Osun State camp, but I don't know about other camps. You can just ask. So the number 2 thing that I noticed when I got to camp, this one I didn't know. Okay, I think my sister mentioned it, but it was still very new. And it's the fact that when you're registering online, you'll be told to drop your size for your shoes, drop your size for your clothes, and all of that good stuff, right? But when you get there, you guys, let me tell you how I saw things. I got to where I was going to pick my clothes, and then there were like several sacks of all of the things, and there were coppers, people that resumed like a day before, they're managing the activities there. And what they were doing is they'll just bring out whites of all sizes, drop on each chair, bring out trousers. They were not looking at the sizes, they were just dropping, and they just actually pick one. So you can have a small top and have a big trousers and have an undersized shoe, and I was just like, but before I picked mine, I prayed, I was like, God, let me pick the right one. I picked, and the trousers, I just had to slim fit the waist. It was cool. The things I had to change were the white short and the vested shirt, because I didn't really like how it looked. Even though it was my size, I didn't really like how it looked. But yeah, so they're not going to use any of that, so be prepared. Go with your 3 round necks, go with your 3 shorts, go with your Crocs. So no, don't go with Crocs. So now go with your white rubber shoe, and then the second option you can go with is I'll put a picture somewhere here so that you know what I'm talking about. You can also go with that. So just go with like 3 pairs of everything, especially if you're going during rainy season and your things will not dry easily. Also get ready to slim fit, because you might not get things that are your size, and slim fitting there is very expensive, from like 1,000 naira and above. The third thing I'm talking about, this is something I did not know at all, and I wished I knew, is the fact that like you can go there with request letters, right? If you have like a company or something where you want to work, just go there with a letter. It was when I got there, I was not seeing a lot of people that came with request letters. I was like, oh my god, why did I not come with one? I was thinking, oh, after the whole camping activities, then you go maybe reject the PPA you don't want, and now the hell I'm going through hell. God forbid, but I'm going through a lot right now, right? So the best thing to do, if you already have a company that you wish to work in and that would also like to work with you or allow you work with them, tell them to grant you or to give you a request letter, and go there and submit it. That's once you have like your code number and all of that. Go there and submit it. In Lagos camp, at least 80% of people that submitted request letter got where they submitted. So number 4, this one shocked me. I went to camp with this hair, right? And I was very excited that hair that will last. But I got there and we're hearing, oh, your hair must not pass your neck when you're on the parade ground. Pack it up. Don't put dangling earrings, full stop earring. Don't wear chain. Don't wear wristwatch. The hair part was even the one that really pained me, right? Because I went there and I like long hairs, right? So you rarely see me make short hair. So when you were asking us back, I was just like, I should have just done the whole back or something. So if you can help yourself, just make a simple hairstyle, something that can, even if it's long, something that can be easily packed, right? Not that you now make hair that reach your shoulder, but not tell you to pack it. How do you want to pack it in donuts? And you must pack it. If not, it'll be threatening you every day. So yeah, that's another. The next thing I'm talking about is for people who are like Christians like me and like would want to be active in church and do all of that, right? It's the fact that NCCF services are every day in camp. This was shocking. No, was it shocking or did I hear it before? I can't really remember. But yes, NCCF services are every day. So if you are going to join the service unit or any of that, just be prepared that NCCF services are every day. To be honest, you don't have to go every day if you are stuck doing something. You could just send a message explaining why you will not be around. The next thing I'm talking about is the fact that you are going to be donating money in camp for carnival, right? In Lagos camp, we're not allowed to wear jean or anything, so it was the Ankara that each platoon bought that you were allowed to wear, or if you belong to maybe band or OBS, then you were allowed to wear the round neck, but you still wear it like short with white shorts and stuff like that. So you'll be asked to donate money per carnival, per platoon. It differs. For my platoon, there was the 3-5 part and there was the 5,000 naira one as well. So it just depends on what you want to pay for, and it's also not compulsory. Even though I think there was a platoon that made it compulsory for their members, but it is not compulsory, so you can decide to pay or not. To be honest, yeah. The next thing I'm talking about is the fact that no matter the platoon you belong to, you'll be on duty twice. It depends. From the next day, platoon 1 is already on duty, and when your platoon is on duty, there are like different units. There is the kitchen unit, there's security unit, there's sanitation, there is people that arrange chairs. There are different things like that, and you're not allowed to pick. Your platoon escorts, those escorts, I think they are picked. People that come early, and are like with your platoon officer, people that end up becoming escorts. Yeah, not based on. Let's move on. All right, so basically, they are the ones who will assign you to duties based on your platoon number, right? So you'll be assigned to any duty, and whatever duty you're assigned to, you're going to be there. If you're assigned to kitchen duty, you guys, I was assigned to kitchen duty during my turn. The first platoon duty we had, and I was afternoon duty. We started work by like 9 a.m. We not finished till like 3-4 p.m. God, I beg. Go wash pots, go wash cooler. But you eat well. They gave us, we're eating fish that afternoon, so they gave us 2 pieces each. You eat well, but you will work well. If you are going to be doing any activity, so for some of these activities, there are like monetary rewards involved, right? Where they give like people who win money or people who participate money. Please do not do any activity for the money, because the money might not reach you. And it will be so painful that you went to the activity to win money and it did not reach you. So please, if you are doing any activity, do not do it for the money. Do it because you are really interested in it. If the money gets to you, good. If it doesn't, look away. So that you're not dragged. The next thing I'm talking about is for people that do nails to camp. I didn't do my nails to camp. If you want to participate in activities when going to camp, I think it's best not to fix your nails. Another thing I want to talk about, this one was something that really scared me because I didn't know anything about it. Room allocation. I don't know if it's just Lagos camp. So I thought it was going to be like a first come first serve kind of thing, like, oh, if you come early, you're going to get best bed space, right? And because they distributed ours into 2 days, Wednesday and Thursday, mine, I was supposed to resume, I was allocated to resume on Thursday. It pained me because I'm like, they would have taken all the bed space. But apparently, when you get to camp, Lagos camp to be precise, when you get to camp and you do some of your other registrations and all of that, and you get to hostel accommodation, after queuing for so long to do all of your activities, right, you'll be given a room depending on when you get to the hostel admins, when you get to their place. So the next room that is up. So how they do it is, okay, they start with room 1. So I think we were 24 in my room. I think we were 24 in my room. So once room 1, 24 members is I filled up. They moved to like room 2, right? And they moved to room 3. So when I got there, it was room 27 that was open, right? So that's your room. So you're not allowed to pick rooms. They assign your room to you. So when you get your room, then you go there. Then the thing that now shocked me the most was the fact that as you are getting to your room, there is somebody sitting in front of your room, another admin sitting in front of your room. And when you go in, she's the one that assigns you to either upper bunk or down bunk, right? So I think she does this based on your size. Yes, because I know a roommate of mine was saying they had allocated her to the upper bunk. Then when they saw the next person, when the woman saw the next person that was coming and saw the fact that the lady was smaller, she told her to move to down bunk so that the smaller lady could move up. So I think if you are bigger in size, you'll be giving the down bunk, and if you are smaller, you'll be giving upper bunk. So I got down bunk. I was so happy. I'm like, oh my God, thank you, Jesus. So yeah, that's one thing that I didn't expect, but I saw. So don't be in a haste. Don't worry. If it's for you, it's for you. Then last now talking about this one, I think is very popular. I think a lot of people know it, and it is the benefits that come with like joining OBS, joining Red Cross, and joining the band. So a lot of people want to join all of these units. Sorry, a lot of people want to join some of these units because they don't want to participate in March Past, right? Because when people are marching, March Past, and especially at the beginning, it's compulsory for everybody. So if you're in OBS or you're in the band, you could just like show your tag and maybe say you're on duty or you have rehearsals and all of that. So a lot of people join that to avoid these activities. And then for some people, it also helps with like your posting, right? So if you're very active in any of these units, you could be asked to like pick where you want to serve in that state, right? I think it also works for platoon leaders. It also works for platoon leaders. You'll be asked to write down where you want to serve, and then if they can, they'll post you there. If not, you get where you get. So those are many of the things I noted about NYSC camp, and I decided to tell you so that you are not as shocked at some of the things as I was. Another thing I was really shocked about was the fact that for Lagos camp, boys and girls were in the same hostel. We were just at 2 separate ends. It was like, okay, it wasn't shocking. I had seen it on EH's page. But same hostel, boys are at this side, girls are at this side. So like you guys can see each other and all of that. It was very somehow. But yeah. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I also hope you've learned 1 or 2 things, because I really wished I saw a lot of videos like this when I was going. So I really hope that this video has helped you in one way or the other to know one thing or the other before going for camp.
Thank you for coming back. My name is Moyo, and in this video I'm going to be discussing with you guys PPA, picking a PPA, which kind of PPA you should choose, the available options, and what I feel like you should know before picking a PPA, what I wish that I knew before I picked my PPA. So if this sounds like something that you might be interested in, then please keep on watching and watch till the end. First of all, you need to go to camp. Then when you come back from camp, you need to start looking for where to get your PPA. For most people that camped in like a particular place and you want to serve in that place, for example, I was posted to Gombe. If I was going to stay in Gombe, I think NYSC will actually post you to where they want you to go. But in situations where you redeploy or you don't like where NYSC has actually posted you, then you have to start looking for another PPA. Guys, it is very important that you know that it is okay to not get a PPA in the first months after camp, because I know that a lot of people are always worried that I don't have a PPA, they'll start rushing, and then people will end up choosing like very bad PPAs, and the stress of changing PPAs over time is also there. So please calm down, nobody is rushing you. So in your first month after camp, clearance is automatic, so you get paid for that month after NYSC camp. But subsequently, you have to start doing your clearance and you need a PPA. So by the next month after the 3 months, then you have to get a PPA. But in cases where you don't have a PPA, you can still continue searching, and then you use your, I think it's posting letter to do your clearance. So guys, it is okay not to have a PPA immediately. Just calm down when you're picking your PPA, don't rush. And also during this time that you're not rushing to pick a PPA, I feel like it is very important to rest. Camp is usually very stressful for a lot of people, so that 1 month is very important that you rest in that 1 month. You guys, don't be like Is it anxious, or what's the word now? Don't be anxious to start working. Don't be anxious to start working at your PPA. You're going to get tired, I promise you. Guys, the second thing that I feel like everybody should know is that when you are posted to a PPA or when you are looking for a PPA, don't allow anybody to interview you. Normally on your NYSC slip, it's always written there boldly and clearly that no employer is allowed to interview you. Now you get to some places and they will say they are going to interview you. Guys, one of the reasons I feel like you shouldn't allow anybody to interview you is that most of them use interviews to delay you. For example, you can have like 3 stages of interviews. You are coming the first time, you take the first interview or exam. Before you know what's happening, like time is going. You need a PPA that will just say, okay, if they want to accept you, they are going to accept you, and if they are not accepting you, they reject you. It's as simple as that. Interviews will waste your time. If you see anybody that is interviewing you, chances are very high that they are going to stress you when they employ you. So you do what? You run. Okay, don't allow anybody to interview you. So guys, in my opinion and from what I've experienced, I don't think that anybody should be signing any contract during NYSC. My personal opinion, don't sign any contract. Okay, third thing that I feel like you should know is that don't allow anybody to employ you without paying you, even if it is the bare minimum. And I know that when you are looking for PPA, you just be like, okay, anything goes, I'm just going to take anything. But guys, after some months, your eye will clear and you will know what's up. So it's better not to even take it. Then you now start looking for, okay, I want to change PPA, and you now start stressing yourself. It's better for you not to take any PPA that will not pay you. And also, it is very important to agree on payment structure. Now I feel like for people that are serving, they are not even paying us enough already. So in a situation where there are now like conditions tied to your payments, I feel like it is very important that you run. Okay, I have been there. All these things I'm saying, I'm talking from experience. If there is a condition tied to how you're getting paid, I feel like it's not worth it, in my opinion. Like, if you do your work at the end of the month, I feel like we should just pay you. But when it is like you have to go through this process, this kind of thing happens during contracts. You are most likely going to know when you sign contract. From the contract, they'll not be telling you that, okay, this is how I'm going to pay you. They don't pay you directly at the end of the month. Guys, they're just saying, okay, run from that kind of PPA. They will stress you. Also guys, the fourth thing is that I feel like it is very important to pick a PPA that does something that is related to what you are already doing, or a PPA that is related to what you want to do later in life. For example, now you're interested in digital marketing, you should be in a PPA that allows you to do things that are related to that. I just feel like it will just help you better with job placement and everything when you're doing something that's related to what you're already interested in. It will help you to build your CV, and everything will just go in a similar direction. I don't know if that makes sense, but yes. So guys, I'm moving to the next stage, which is how to actually pick a PPA. There are 2 types of PPA: the federal PPA and the private PPA. So guys, well, I'm going to be talking about the pros and cons of serving in a federal or private PPA. Now, for federal PPAs, there is a high level of flexibility. Now, if you are trying to build a brand, or you are maybe trying to learn more courses and everything like that, I feel like a federal PPA will be a very good one for you, because you will have time and everything like that, because most of them will expect you to go every day. So you have more time to yourself, and you even have more time to rest and everything like that. But the disadvantage of federal PPA is that most of them don't pay well, although you can be lucky and get paid well from federal PPAs. And also guys, if you are picking a federal PPA, I feel like depending on what you want to do, most federal PPAs don't actually have like a lot of work. Some work, but most of them don't work. So at the end of the day, you can just go to work, and then you are going to be doing like errand girl duties. On the other hand, when you are picking a private PPAs usually have work. Like, it is very hard for you to say private PPA and you just go and you don't have work to do. It's very rare. In my opinion, if you are trying to gain a lot of experience on maybe your field of study or what you want to do, I feel like a private university is actually better, in the sense that they will give you work. Okay, you will work, you always have something to do. So, and working makes you to
when you are working, you are going to have challenges. You are going to look for ways to solve your challenges. So in that way, you are going to learn a lot. I'm not saying that you are not learning a lot in federal PPAs, but most of the time, there is usually not a lot of things to do in federal PPAs compared to private PPAs. The stress in private PPA is actually a lot. Most of them expect you to come like 4 times in a week. That's excluding your CDS days. Some won't expect you to come on your CDS days, and if you don't go on your CDS days, they are going to deduct your money for you. And guys, this is like very, very important. Before you pick a private PPA, make sure to do your research on them. I'm very serious. This thing, I wish I knew this thing. If you are, for example, you are trying to work with a company, look for reviews on that company. You are not going to regret it, because people are not going to lie. Okay, look for reviews, read reviews, read a lot of reviews before you go and start working with a private PPA. It is very, very, very important, you guys. So yes, that's it, guys. Let me just have like a quick recap on what I said. If you are looking to start your brand, or you have a business that you want to do, or basically you just want to have a very free time doing your service here, then a federal PPA is for you. If you are looking for a lot of experience, maybe you want to start your own corporate company later, or you just want to gain more experience about what you are doing, then in my opinion, a private PPA is better. Don't forget to carry out a company research. Google everything. Make sure you are very sure that you want to go and serve in a private PPA before you go there. Okay.
Why I love NYSC CAM but hate PPA. CAM defines NYSC, and unity is the reason for youth services. Youths obey the clarion call. Hip hip hip, hooray is a chatting word from Otondo to Corps members who even termed it Corper, like those who admire these uniforms and literate do. CAM, a place where green and white attracts all, full of fun, sparking love peddlers to cast their nets looking for prey. Be it religion, this pair don't care. Former and informal, everyone gets to learn. Few weeks, falling in love reign in different styles. Schools never matter. Colleges, polytechnics, universities, which did you attend wasn't important. If you are still sleeping, you're doing the wrong thing. These are warning signals to your pinna from OBS. If you feel safe not to guess the hostel yearning on a soldier's face. Every 5 o'clock, parade ground accepted our feet. Dressed in white, maybe a rubber shoe or what you feel to think. Mami Market was a parlor for the wasteful. Until you know why you're there, then call yourself the needful. And on any entertainment that lasted short, spreading all fellowship from NCCF through NECF to their holy spots. If you see the doctors, can one please tell them all we need is a medical report, or to advance it, a marriage certificate as deployment actor to know when the sin needs to be cut? CAM defines NYSC, and unity is the reason for youth services. My first long chair sleep was at the lecture hall, putting us to trance on a different lane until you hear the microphone drop. To look young is to wear white shorts, tying a fanny pack looking like a Johnny Just Come. CAM Clinic is an umbrella to hide away from parade and other busy CAM activities, and this made most Corps members myopic of their platoon leaders and his CAM relatives. Soldiers to parade, police to security, man-on-ones to drills, hostel for gossip. All we know are just stress with fun, and that's no one's deal if you wish to come. We sat, we act, we laugh, we dance, and march but as one, with limited exit where we get to meet all, both the short and the tall. Only few weeks, life was amazing. These walls made us temporarily forget the outside painting of our real world, if it was crazy. Like they always say, whatever NYSC CAM puts together, posting always put asunder. Just as it has divided true and false dream from unity, telling us posting is to test our ability, making top-notch to serve in good fames, or steal their homes through favoritism, nepotism, ableism, and every other ism, while those who don't know the who are toast in a random rural place without check in probability, if not life-threatening, to sing and gyrate in poverty. Submerging to archaic infrastructural quality unless luck is a parental ability. Under the sun or in the rain only has its meaning in CAM. With PPA, giving us the opposite anywhere you are. PPAs reminds you of CDS, how you don't come to a boring place to be reported to one LGI. Some don't care of your energy as they bless constancy with migrant stipends, and when you become saucy, that's where the journey ends. I may not know all, but I know this. Cam says eat with all, so you get used to eating from same pot. PPA isolates you to your own court if only you can use the pot. Cam gives you 100 platforms to make friends and discover yourself, while PPA limits you to number of person that sometimes might come only from your community or intentionally your village and school. Cam puts your name in the book of life, which means we shouldn't be disturbed about PPA, even if it don't affect our way of life until we marry a wife, if you can relate with this line. Cam blinds us from the field of ethnicity, fraternity, bigotry, and hate, while PPA showers us with a reminder mat to scorn when all this becomes a threat to our unsecure vicinity gate. Cam tells you of who you are, why uncomfortability is comfortable, tightening bounds that can last the nation's heart hard. If Cam defines NYSC, and unity is the reason for youth services, why can't we end NYSC with its calm and allow the rest of this merciless, stiff-neck fun called PPA go as a reducing wildfire? Like Franklin D. Roosevelt once said, we cannot always build the future for our youth, but we can build our youth for the future. Peace.
Welcome back, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode, and don't forget to follow us on all our social media platforms at CorpersVibez. For your sponsorships, collaborations, and advertisements, you can contact the number showing on your screen, and we'll get right back to you guys in no time. Thanks for watching again. See you guys next week. Bye.